Ladies and gentlemen, our keynote presenter is someone who has ventured deep into the labyrinth of construction technology. She stands at the intersection of where digital meets physical, ensuring that the two work in harmony. So please welcome the Senior Integrated Construction Technology Manager from PCL, the brilliant Lina Stinnett.
I have to say brilliant's a little strong word. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully everybody got in safely. So today I'm going to talk about the theme of today. So my name is Lina Stinnett again. I am a corporate senior manager for PCL, Integrated Construction Technology. So the topic of the keynote speech for me today is field technology, automation, and the human factor, balancing the future of construction. For the last 20 years of my professional career, I've been a part and watched the traditional construction process. However, the adoption and use of innovative tools and technology integration, combined with the traditional construction process, has evolved exponentially over the years I've been a part of the industry. It's really been fascinating to watch, and largely why I've pursued virtual construction in its infancy stages. The foundation of construction, an industry built on tradition, will never change. But what has changed is the speed in with which we build, the quality of our deliverables, and the safety of our people, and now some major driving forces behind how we build today. So how do we accomplish these expectations in our industry, or in our building world, knowing that there are challenges that we currently face? In line with the theme of the event, construction is changing with generational shifts in the workforce and labor shortage becoming a critical issue as the older generation phases out. Now it's forced us to think about how we balance the deficit with the next workforce generation and technological advancements that will ultimately play an essential role in industry's future. So it's my honor to kick off this event today. I want to give you a perspective on some state of affairs that we are encountering in construction right now, talk through potential solutions to those challenges, which include supplementing the workforce and integrating more technology, all while recognizing the necessity and importance of the human factor as the common denominator. How do we move forward as an industry with innovative ways to look at resources and supply to meet the demand? The presentations for the remainder of today will cover a number of topics related to the overall event theme, including sharing adoption stories of new technologies in different market settings, addressing in more depth the labor shortage issue, some design industry challenges, and also how we mitigate risk with data sharing, to name a few. But through the information shared today, my hope is that you experience an array of emotion, awareness of where we are, get an honest look at where we need to go and the stage the innovations are at in this moment. But in the end, hope and excitement for what this industry is striving for in the short and long-term future. Our emotional drive as an industry team collectively as humans is necessary to ensure the future of construction is successful. Now we're going to do a little icebreaker. Yes, we're going to force you to interact. So let's try something that'll emphasize the underlying theme this morning and the importance of human interaction. So I'm going to ask you all to pull out your phones, which I'm sure half of you already have your phones out. Yes, I'm forcing you to participate. So on that phone, I would like you to text somebody in the room or a friend and just say, hello, what's up, what's going on? Even text an emoji if you want. Should take no more than 5 seconds. I'm going to read the body language to see when everybody's done. Some people are writing short novels, it looks like. All right. About that? Good? Cool. Shouldn't take long. All right. Now, I want you to turn to the person on your right. I want you to introduce yourself, say your name, and something fun about you. Non-construction related. I think some people made some new best friends. You can talk more after. Okay, that got a little bit out of control. I didn't know what I was asking for there. All right. All right, so ask yourself now, which of the two versions of hello will you remember more? Will you remember the quick text? Or taking the time to shake someone's hand, look them in the eye, and learn their life story, apparently, because I gave you way more time on that. All right. Hopefully, it was the latter. So some things technology will never replace, and that's why the human factor will always be essential in adopting innovative technology in our industry. So back to the topic of the presentation, we face a future that is changing everything about our world, even the way we say hello. The change is coming, and it's inevitable. It's creating generational shifts in the workforce as we integrate more technology on the job site with traditional construction practices. Regardless of how quickly things are changing and evolving, we are an industry that defines our success by the people we plan and build with, and not the tools or technology that help get us there. But speaking of people, we can't deny the serious issue we're facing, which is labor shortage. One major reason for this labor shortage is workers phasing out and retiring, which I alluded to earlier. We're seeing the same story for both Canada and US. The gray wave is coming as veterans are aging out of the industry, taking their knowledge and experience with them. Some statistics that bring this issue to light. So 20% of Canadians' construction workforce will retire in the next 10 years. 40% of the US construction workforce is also expected to retire in the next 10 years. Those are big numbers. Right now, currently, there's 20,000 open construction positions if we're talking locally in Ontario alone. And then if we're talking US, there's currently 500,000 open positions just to meet the current labor demand. Other factors besides retirement that contribute to the labor shortage: future generations not seeing construction as a viable career option. So younger generations are leaning more towards those white-collar jobs versus the blue-collar, so it's hard to recruit them to construction. Another is losing a large number of workers after the global pandemic, goes without saying. If you want to hear a stat, about 61% of the construction workers return to the job site. That's a big number. The current lack of workers force us to compensate by other means, including technology. So let's take a step back for a moment just to kind of give you if you don't already know, a lot of you already know, how fast just technology is evolving, right? So let's look at the fast acceleration of technology in the last 5 years. So back to 2018, just to give you some context here. So 5 years ago, let's take us back. Bitcoin was at an all-time high. Elon Musk launched a car into space. Alphabet Inc. tried to turn Toronto's industrial waterfront into a hub for autonomous vehicles and robots. And Cambridge Analytica forced the world to rethink social media, data privacy, and how the Internet of Things will impact future politics. Now let's take us to present day. What's changed? Well, pretty much everything. The cryptocurrency crash allowed us to see the value of blockchain technology and the risk of the human factor. Elon Musk turned Twitter into X. Don't know why it's X. Google's parent company, Alphabet, abandoned the smart city, as some of you know locally. And Canadians can no longer read the latest news headline about their favorite or most despised politician on Facebook. With this concept in mind that technology is ever-changing, how do we keep up with the rapid evolution, right? So there's a wealth of new technologies, and I did list a large part of them on the screen. I know I'm not capturing them all. AI, robotics, blockchain, augmented, mixed reality, robotics, modular construction, fabrication, digital twins, data. I could go on forever. That could potentially help supplement the workforce challenge. But how do we figure out which of these technologies is worth investing in? The reality is some are further developed and others are very much in their infancy stages. Here's a few short case studies on how, as we at PCL, adopted some of these new technologies to help our project teams become more efficient and productive. First off, so who attended the Limberlost tour yesterday? Who was on the site tours yesterday? I will recognize you. Not very many. Great. So, so you didn't get to see it. I'll show you a picture instead. So you may have learned during the tour of Limberlost, for those of you that went, an HP site print robot. We use that out there extensively to help survey the site. With pinpoint accuracy, this Roomba-looking robot, you can kind of see it in the middle there, helped to physically print complex construction site layouts right on the ground in a way that's more accurate and up to 5 times faster than a human. This robot automation allowed our team to shift from this repetitive layout task to other more productive field tasks. GIS. Was anybody at the Esri conference last month? Great, nobody. Okay, so you haven't seen this before. So GIS, Esri's here today. GIS is an innovation that's been around since the 60s, and we're still discovering its profound impact to our industry today. Not only our industry, but globally with other industries. On our new St. Paul's Hospital in Vancouver, we were able to use the latest in GIS technology to coordinate and position 550 cement trucks to a pour concrete over a 12-hour period without any delays or accidents. We can also use our GPS technology to set up geofences so alerts are sent to workers on the ground whenever people are working from height. And when building a billion-dollar hospital, we can make huge gains by using GPS tags to help track inventory, by coordinating and identifying exactly where that flat of 5,000 soap dispensers are at all times, even if it's off-site. This is especially helpful when you have 500 crates of 1,000 other items that all need to be purchased, transported, unpacked, and then installed on time and on budget. It's not all about using technology to replace jobs, but ways to find efficiencies, make time gains, and give the workforce a chance to operate at the top of their license by having easy access to quality data. We're seeing this firsthand at PCL. It's only been 2 years since we've merged with Latium Technologies to create Job Site Insights, or JSI. Since then, we've been able to centralize data from any sensor and connected asset on a job site to provide real-time monitoring, track GPS location, detect flooding, measure concrete maturity and strength, amongst many other things. So just more newer technologies at PCL, construction, that we've invested time and money into that we see project value in. So just to touch on a few. Reality capture and drones, of course. So for example, we're finding drones are cutting the time it takes to inspect building envelopes by up to 80%. We're finding other values with drones, but this is just one example. What took a day to walk around the job site, analyzing every square inch to ensure everything is built to spec, and it now takes 30 minutes to scan. This data can then be processed by a team of experts and even get compared to its digital twin to ensure accuracy and quality assurance. Augmented reality and prefabrication. So both technologies PCL has found useful with our infrastructure and civil work to visualize and understand the project scope virtually within the actual space, then coordinating and prefabricating components off-site for just-in-time deliveries to save time and enhance safety on projects. So those were just a few examples of how PCL is moving forward with some of these newer technologies that we've found were valid to invest our time and money in. So combined with the use of technology to help make up for the lack of workforce in the field, how else do we solve the current challenge of labor shortage? What does the future of construction look like to compensate for this issue moving forward? Our industry is striving to diversify our workforce. And by that, I'm saying looking for the demographics that we don't usually look for in the construction world. Also looking for, especially on the Canadian side, we're looking for more immigrants to potentially join the construction workforce. Also, in research for the US side, getting apprenticeship programs together. So being able to not only recruit those new workers and being able to train them to succeed, but also the current workforce so that they're able to train and excel at their jobs. So back to the topic of generational shifts, with veterans retiring and young new workers starting in the industry also creates an opportunity for reverse mentorship. For those of my peers that are general contractors, hopefully you are experiencing this with their own firms as well. The human interaction of a veteran field worker sharing knowledge and experience with a younger, less experienced field worker, who in turn can help the veteran overcome the technology hurdle, will and should become standard practice. So in closing, technologies like reality capture, GIS, robotics, a lot of those that I had mentioned, are progressing faster versus some other technologies that may still have a ways to go, right? So we're trying to figure out AI, we're trying to figure out digital twin, a few of those others on that list. Regardless of the status, though, we have to work together again as an industry team to figure out how to implement more of these new technologies and turn the innovations lessons learned into best practices. Throughout the day today, you'll learn other people's perspectives on if they agree or disagree with my opinion. Other great companies who have dug deeper into some technologies and taken it further than others, you'll hear from them as well. At the end of the day, my ask is that we work together to see how we can combine innovation with the human factor to create a better sustainable future for construction. Lastly, in the words of ChatGPT, this confirms the need for human interactions and relationships in the building world. It says, I don't have feelings. So AI isn't there yet. Thank you.